Hey everyone, I'm Alex. Thanks for clicking and welcome to this lesson on 5 talk phrasal verbs. So we are going to talk about 5 phrasal verbs which use the verb talk. And before we begin, I will talk you into getting a copy of this book, 100 Practical English Phrasal Verbs. It has 100 useful, common, everyday phrasal verbs. It's available in PDF, eBook, and physical format. You can get more information in the description. So check out the description to the video and click the link. So let's begin with talk something over. You can also talk over something, like talk over a plan, for example. To talk over something simply means to discuss something in detail. For example, can we talk this over during dinner? Okay, like I don't want to talk about it right now. Can we talk it over? Can we go into detail? Can we spend some time discussing it? Spend some time really discussing it. Okay, so you can talk over something that is important, of course. You can talk over your plans for something or for the weekend. You can talk over a decision that you're trying to make, for example. Okay, so the most common sentence is, to talk it over. So I can say, let's talk it over. We need to talk it over. You can also use the phrasal verb to think something over. So if I say, I need to think it over, this means I need to take some time to think about it, to consider it. And then when you get to the discussion phase, we need to talk it over. Let's talk it over. So repeat after me. Can we talk this over during dinner? Okay. Next, we have talk down to someone. If you talk down to someone, you talk to them in a simple way to make them feel unintelligent or inferior to you. When you talk down to someone, you want them to feel like they are less and like you are superior. It's like, oh yeah, really? Oh, that's good. Yeah. So I'm talking in a simple way, like you are a baby. Like if you are talking to someone as if they are a child, a baby, and you want them to feel dumb, basically, or inferior to you, you talk down to them. For example, he quit. Like he quit his job because his boss always talked down to him. Okay, so his boss always talked to him like he was a child, or like he was unintelligent, or like he was inferior to his boss, and he quit. So repeat this after me. Don't talk down to me. Good. Next, to talk back to someone. This is usually what young children do to their parents. So if you talk back to someone, you reply defiantly. Like, hey, you can't say that to me. Or, hey, my sister did that. Why are you mad at me? Whoa, that's a very angry response. So when you answer someone impolitely, when you reply defiantly, when you question what the person is saying to you, you talk back to them. So for example, don't talk back to your mother, right? So if your mother says, go clean your room, and you say, I don't want to clean my room. How come Debbie doesn't have to clean her room? Whoa, don't talk back to your mother. You will get into bigger trouble, okay? So talk back to reply impolitely, with anger, with defiance, because you want to question the person. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to talk back to someone if you feel they are disrespecting you, for example. All right, the last two, they are similar but total opposites. So to talk someone out of something means to persuade someone not to do something. You convince someone not to do something. So imagine that you wanted to do something. You were thinking about, I don't know, buying a new car. But your friend said, hey, like, you don't make enough money to buy this new car. And you just went on vacation last month and it was very expensive. I don't think now is a good time to buy a new car. So you can say, yeah, I was going to buy a new car, but he talked me out of it. He talked me out of making this decision. And I'm saying talked me out of making. So verb ing, don't forget, of is a preposition. After a preposition, verb ing. Okay? Or you can use it in this case. He talked me out of it. And finally, we have to talk someone into something. So this means to persuade someone to do something. You talk to them and you convince them to do it. So here, she talked me into buying a new phone. So I wasn't interested in getting a new phone. Yes, my phone is 5 years old, but I like it. And then she said, oh, but this company has a great deal. You have way more data. The phone is much faster and it's a great price. And then you say, oh, actually, you're right. You have persuaded me. You have convinced me. You have talked me into getting a new phone. So talk someone out of something. They wanted to do something and you convinced them not to do it. To talk someone into something means you convince them to do it. Okay? So there you go. Those are 5 phrasal verbs that use the verb talk. Before we finish, let me just ask you to repeat the last 2 here. So repeat after me. He talked me out of it. Okay. He talked me into it. Okay. What's interesting, one more point. You can talk yourself out of something. So if I said, okay, I was thinking about getting a new phone. And if I said, no, it's a little expensive. My phone is fine. Okay. I talked myself out of buying a new phone in this case. All right. So now I'm going to talk you into getting this book. In addition to what I said at the beginning of the video, there are 20 context-based lessons in this book, and it has over 900 examples. So usually when you get a book like this, you have like 1 or 2 example sentences for a phrasal verb or a word. Here, like for example, look, lesson 7, we have check out, try on, pick out, show off, check out. Oh, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 example sentences. Oh, you have another meaning with 2 example sentences, another 2 example sentences. So tons of examples. Check it out in the link that is in the description to this video. And also, I'm talking a lot, but we're almost there. Go to engvid.com. That's engvid.com, or just click the link in the description to the video and do the quiz. Make sure you know how to use talk something over, talk down to someone, talk back to someone, talk someone out of something, and talk someone into something. Check it out. Yes, check it out. There are 10 questions below. I'm sure you can find them. All right. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like, share the video, all that good stuff. And until next time, I can't use any of these to say goodbye. No. Okay, well, talk it over with your friends and let me know, how would you finish this video if you were me? Okay, just tell me in the comments. Bye.